All right, everyone. So I'm gonna start making some videos because I fractured my thumb, so I can't shoot for like the next month. While I have this time, I'm just gonna just using my iPhone only. I don't like making videos, but I thought since I'm very fortunate, I'm one of maybe not too many people that I own a Leica Q3 and I own the Fuji X100VI. So I'm gonna tell you how I use them. One's better for what, why I have them both, how I use them in my, with what I do. For any of you out there who are maybe, I can maybe see more people who have a Leica, like a Q2 maybe, and they're thinking of getting maybe whether to upgrade to Q3 or get the Fuji, or maybe someone out there is, the, if money's not an object, they're deciding between the two of them. They have pluses and minuses in both. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not one of these people who's going to talk about like, oh, this is the best camera this week. Then next week it's I shouldn't have bought this camera. And then the next week, oh, I was wrong. I should have. They're just trying to get you to click on their ads. I'm just doing this for people out there who are really trying to figure stuff out, who are just trying to find some information from somebody real who uses it all the time. I bought both of these cameras with my own hard-earned money. 1,700, it's not too bad, but 6,000, for the Q3 is bad. And before that, I had a Q2 monochrome, which I'll talk about in another video. This is just a quick one to introduce, say hi, and tell you what it's going to be about. Since I have a month where I can't do anything, I figured I'd just make some little information videos. I don't know if I'll really be posting photos. It's going to be more about me showing you the differences between two of them, what's better or worse when I use them. Now, I shoot more for fun, like a serious fun. I make money here and there, but I really don't try to. I mean, I work in the music industry, so I use photography as more of a way to relax for fun. So one reason a lot of times I'm not doing stuff where people want to hire me for things is because I don't want to deal with clients with my photography. I just want to do my own thing, exactly what I want, who I want to work with, who I don't want to work with. Um, and that's why if I keep it, where I just come and shoot your event if I feel like it, I can, it's way better. Once you start billing, you gotta, you gotta answer to stuff. So for me, it's more of a very high end fun hobby. Um, so really quick, just so you know, my history with Fuji, that's the six, but I've owned from the X100S, I've owned all of them, the S, the 3, the 4, the 5, and now I have the 6. I used to shoot Fuji. I had the S, and then I liked the Fujis, but then I wanted to get into different lenses, so I bought an XT1 when that came out, and then from there I went to the X Pro 2 because I don't like that DSLR kind of look. I like the vibe of the um, X100 camera. So I bought an X Pro 2. That was beautiful. That was probably still one of the best Fuji cameras I think they've made. The quality on the camera was just so good. It was the XT1 was almost kind of falling apart on the front, where the X Pro 2 was a whole nother level. And I would always shoot primes. I got into shooting primes a while ago. So that's what I do. So I did that. Then eventually I wanted to get away from. I was missing a certain look, and then I was talking with a friend of mine who shoots like high end magazine stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, what you're talking about is full frame. That's what you're talking about." So I got sold the Fuji stuff, and I bought the Sony, the R3, which was a great camera. That's a great little camera. And then I was shooting G Master lenses, like the 35 and the 50 millimeter. That's, as soon as I shot one of those full frame with those, I was like, oh yeah, this is what I was looking for. So I had that for a while. And the thing was, I do a lot of stuff in nightclubs and bars when I'm shooting like burlesque shows or pole shows. And a lot of times I can't use a flash and the lighting's horrible. The lighting could be blue, then it can go to purple, then it can go to red. Like just be a mess. And sometimes those photos, to save them, you've just got to convert to black and white. So that got me into thinking, well, if I'm always converting these photos to black and white, why don't I just shoot in black and white? And that's when I found out about the Leica Q2 monochrome. So I ended up getting one of those, and then I sold what did that cost? The camera was like 6,000, then with tax and an extra battery. And at the time, those batteries cost $285. So I think I bought it at the Leica store in LA. I think it was $7,000 out the door for a Q2 monochrome. So I sold all this. I sold everything I had so I could pay for that. Um, so I had that, but the first time I shot with it at night, it was great because that camera you could go to like I could live at 25,000 ISO and not even care. The photos are they're so clean, and I could a lot of times I could shoot 50,000 and it's totally usable. Um, so then I had that. I used that for a year, and then I do car shows, a lot of car shows. So the black and white's cool when people are on the street. It's got a cool vibe to it, but the actual show, I'm shooting customs and I'm shooting a lot of custom shows and a lot of lowrider shows. So you're talking about people who have paint jobs that are like 75,000, $100,000 sometimes, and every car just being in black and white kind of loses the vibe of that. So that's when I need to get back into color. So that's why I ended up getting a Q3. And I got the Q3 in October of 2023. I got a hold. I was at the Leica store, or I think I called them and just told them, "Hey, put me on the list." And it worked out because I came back from Vegas from the Lowrider Super Show, and it was like I got some cool shots of everyone on the streets, but the actual show shots, I just ended up using my iPhone because I needed color for some of those shots for like to get some of the cars how they looked at the show. That's why I ended up getting the Q3. And then the Fuji, I got rid of them, but I had it. But sometimes I just need something a little bit smaller than the Q3, something a little bit more compact, something with a built-in flash, kind of more to me, I was thinking about, when I go to daytime car shows and I just want a built-in flash, something really compact, really low key. So I got one of those. So that's why I got the Fuji. And the way I got a Fuji was I knew that it was going to be just incredibly hard to get one of these things. So, luckily, because Fuji rumors saying, "Hey, you better get on it." So as soon as that thing ended at 10:03 or 10:02, I put my order in on B&H, and I just made the first cut. I want to say I got in at 10:03. So then I was in the first set of people that got the first shipment. So I've had I got that. So I've shot, I've easily, now with the Q3, I've shot, oh God, easily over 10,000 photos, or not 12,000 photos with that thing. And then with the Fuji, I've shot in a couple thousand now with it. So like I say, mostly with both of them, I'm shooting event stuff. So, and also video. I can care less about video. I wish they would actually take video out of the Leica. No one's buying the Q3 or a Q2 or a Q2 monochrome really. Maybe like what, 5 people who are going to shoot video. They should just get rid of the video out of those cameras. And the Fuji, I never use video on that either. So this is going to be about video. This is going to be about me just using these how I use them to help any of you out there who I could kind of see more people who have maybe like a Q2 and a Q3 thinking maybe they should get the Fuji. That was another one of my goals with the Fuji was if I got it and I shot enough with it, if I liked it better than Leica, I could just sell the Q3, get all my money back because everybody wants a Q3 right now still. So I was like, hey, might as well get the Fuji. If it works for me, I'll just sell the Leica. Like I'm saying, I'm not stuck to, I want this brand or I want this brand. I just want the best camera for what I need to use, what's going to work the best for it. So I wanted to go through and, tell you how I feel about both of them, so I can help some of you guys out there. Because what the problem is, there's a lot of these people out there on YouTube who are like, oh, the camera's amazing, buy it. And then the next week later is, oh, I made a mistake, don't buy it. I'm going to return it. Then they're like, oh, I was wrong. I mean, they're just trying to get you to click on it. And there's a lot of reviews out there who, the people don't get paid, but, they get the cameras first. So they're not, everything's always the best in the world. So I'm going to tell you, how I really use them. If there's problems, and what I like about each one and what I don't like about each one. So hopefully I can help somebody out there if they're trying to make a decision. So that's it. So this was just a quick introduction. So follow along when you see this, just because I'm going to be going through every way I use these cameras for what I use. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments. But that's it. So I can do a comparison from somebody who actually really uses these things all the time and why I use them. I think the first thing I'll talk about is what people don't talk about is the LCD. That might be the first thing because there's a difference between the two of them. And I really thought like the Fuji would, oh, that's going to destroy the Leica, but it's almost the opposite. It's pretty crazy. So, all right. Thanks. Bye.